So I just want to re-record this video because when I did the initial week 3, I didn't correlate it into like what I'm researching, and I totally misunderstood the assignment. So for the correct assignment. So before I was taking this class, I feel like I had a lot of general information on trauma therapy and PTSD, but I feel like know enough about EMDR. Like I had a good idea, but I definitely think I've developed more understanding throughout this course, which is good. It's what we're supposed to do. So I specifically want to do it in correlation with first responders. I've had a lot of personal and professional exposure to people that experience this trauma, including friends and family members who work in emergency services. I've just noticed how common stress and secondary trauma were in those roles, and it made me very curious about interventions that can really make a difference, and that's kind of how I stumbled upon EMDR. I also had the perception initially that therapy for trauma was just mostly talking, and I just wasn't aware of alternative approaches like EMDR. So throughout this degree and courses specifically like this, I've just been doing a lot of research on how to become certified in that and what that entails and who can benefit from that. While I did the evidence table, I learned about how effective EMD therapy can be in reducing PTSD symptoms and stress severity. There was some studies that I was able to learn about. One was showing that EMTs experience measurable decreases in stress after EMDR, which I found extremely promising. I was surprised how the research was very consistent and how it supports EMDR across different trauma exposures and populations, including first responders. It gave me a lot of optimism for just trying to apply this to real world situations and hopefully potential future clients. So definitely reviewing the articles and the other things that we've done throughout the class, I've realized that early intervention and specific approaches matter a lot. For first responders, it's just not about teaching trauma or treating trauma after it becomes severe. It's about implementing interventions and considering their work environment and their home environment and their schedules and what is contributing to their stress factors. All these things I feel I've never, before this, wrapped my head around. One of the most meaningful lessons through this research was just how important this can be in a cultural and an occupation context. That it's not just effective in general, it's effective when applied thoughtfully and ways that fit the population's needs. That insight will be essential when I think about selecting interventions and future social work practice. Finally, based on what I've learned, my hypothesis for my research proposal is first responders who receive EMDR therapy will report reduced PTSD symptoms and severity of stress levels compared to their baseline scores prior to receiving this intervention, other therapies like this. I think that this hypothesis reflects what the literature suggests and also incorporates the practical realities of working with the first responder population. So I definitely feel it's been applicable to what I want to learn about and what I want to carry out through my future goals.